Hey everyone, and welcome back to Brian's Horror Movies for Life. And so we do this for a second time. So I recorded this video, and I almost got to the end, and of course my big fat finger, accidentally bumped the stop button. And I'm not clever enough to know how to edit the videos together. So yeah, we're gonna do this again. Probably this will be the quicker version. Um, Anyway, of course, this is a 1983 horror movie review as part of my current 1980s horror series. I shouldn't say current, ongoing series on my channel. Specifically, we're in 1983 right now through September. But the movie we're going to talk about is entitled One Dark Night from 1983, a movie I've never heard of before. It's also known as Entity Force. And I know in a lot of places it says it's a 1982 movie, but we'll get to that, why it's 1983. But let's just go ahead and get into it. One Dark Night, also known as Entity Force, is a 1982 American supernatural horror film directed by Tom McLaughlin, the same guy that directed Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. It follows three teenagers sent to a mausoleum for the night as part of a high school initiation rite. A telekinetic occultist returns from the dead and haunts them, forcing the three to survive the night inside the crypt. It was given a limited platform release in the United States on July 9th, 1982, before receiving wide distribution by Comworld Pictures in January 1983. So the wide release was 1983, and I think the movie was actually made like in 80 or 81. It's one of those movies that was shelved for a while before they could get it out on full distribution. But yeah, it's a 1983 movie as far as I'm concerned. So the police find six girls murdered in the apartment of famed Russian occultist Karl Raymar, and they can't explain it. When coroners lift Raymar's body onto a stretcher, bolts of electricity shoot out from his fingers. His estranged daughter, Olivia McKenna, and her husband, Alan, are unaware of this until they meet Samuel Dockstader, a feature writer for the world of the occult. As a friend of Raymar, Dockstader explains that Raymar was a psychic vampire who gained great telekinetic powers by kidnapping young girls, terrorizing them, and feeding off their bioenergy that they produce. Alan does not believe him, but Dockstader shows Olivia a set of photographs to demonstrate how bioenergy works and gives her an audio tape that outlines his findings, which convinces Olivia to believe him. Meanwhile, high school student Julie Wells wants to be part of a club entitled The Sisters, which consists of three snobby high school girls named Carol, Leslie, and Kitty. Unfortunately, Carol is the ex-girlfriend of Julie's new boyfriend, Steve, and is jealous. She intends to get back at Steve and Julie by making Julie spend the night alone in a mausoleum, unaware that Raymar's body was just entombed there. That evening, Julie is dropped off by only Carol and Kitty, as Leslie had a change of heart and refused to accompany them on the plan. Julie explores the mausoleum and sets up her sleeping bag, unaware of the cracks appearing around Raymar's vault. So yeah, that's the setup, the premise, the beginning of One Dark Night from 1983. As far as the cast goes, we have Meg Tilly as Julie Wells, Melissa Newman as Olivia McKenna, Robin Evans as Carol Mason, Leslie Speets as Kitty, Donald Houghton as Dockstader, E.J. Daly as Leslie Winslow, David Mason Daniels as Steve, and Adam West, Batman. Adam West as Alan McKenna. So that's the setup, the premise, and the cast for the 1983 supernatural horror movie, One Dark Night. Excuse me. Um, yeah, this is an interesting movie, to say the least. As I said, I've never heard of it before, so needless to say, I've never watched any of it before. But when I saw that it had Meg Tilly in it, who I'm a big fan of from Psycho 2, most notably, and the fact she's the sister of Jennifer Tilly, I like both of them, actually. But Meg Tilly, I think, is an underrated actress, especially during that time. So I wanted to check it out for sure. That and the fact it was on my 1983 list. But the movie's pretty good. I watched reviews of a lot of other people um, reviewing the movie, and I think they think more of it than I do. But that being said, I do enjoy it more than I don't. So let's just go ahead and get into it, starting with the things that I liked about the movie. The third act, or the last 20 minutes of the movie, is definitely the standout part of the movie. It has some great practical gore effects with like cadavers and melting of like faces melting or disintegrating off. The final confrontation of all the characters have sort of been in different stories throughout the movie, all coming together at this mausoleum at the end. It's just a really nice finale to the movie for the most part. And so, yeah, the last 20-25 minutes of the movie really got my attention and really had me engaged throughout it. So that's the first thing that really stands out to me. It really has a brilliant and effective score that I think gives a sense of dread and gives the movie the atmosphere that a lot of people talk about. There's other movies that atmosphere is created through setting, through background, through external things going on like storms and things like that. In this case, this movie's atmosphere is, I would say, predominantly from the score of this movie, which is very dread filled, very you can just it feels like there's something unsettling. It's that kind of a score, and it's very effective. It's a very well directed movie. In fact, this was Tom McLaughlin's first directorial movie, his directorial debut, and I have to say, he took a script that I thought was below average, maybe average at best, and directed the hell out of this movie. Especially being his first time, with just the overall vibe and style that he creates in this movie, as well as being on a low budget, limited budget of $800,000. It's a well shot movie, good cinematography, very stylish, a style that we would come to know with Tom McLaughlin, with the Jason Six, and so yeah, lots of kudos to Tom McLaughlin. I don't think this movie's as good if it's in the hands of a lesser director, even a director that had done other movies but just wasn't as talented. Um, and then the opening credits is my last pro. I really like the way the movie opened with being in the cemetery and mausoleum and having the credits shoot up on screen with the score in the background. And yeah, it just really got me primed for this movie. And it kind of threw me off too, because I thought the movie was going to be a little different with those opening credits. But I really enjoyed the opening credits, and I can't always say that. A lot of times I'm not paying attention to opening credits unless they give me a reason to pay attention, like this movie does. So, um, as far as some other things go, I thought Melissa Newman and Adam West were a good couple, husband and wife. I believed them. They had good chemistry. I thought they both did a good job acting in this movie. Um, Excuse me, I didn't know I had a frog in my throat before I filmed this video. That came out of nowhere. And it's the middle of summer. Um, must be that damn Canadian smoke again. Um, but I digress. Um, yeah. Anyway, let's get into the cons of the movie. Uh, More of a warning slash con overall. This is the ultimate slow burn horror movie where not much happens for the first hour or so. A lot of setup, a lot of character interactions and dialogue, and exposition by the character that needs to give the exposition. So just kind of know that going in. It's not unwatchable or anything, but in terms of like if you're looking for a wall to wall kills galore kind of horror movie, then this ain't gonna be your movie, man. Um, this is definitely more of a slow burn atmospheric horror movie that does have a really good final third act climax, I'll say. But yeah, it is a very slow burn. It's like I said, there's about 50 minutes to an hour that you even get a montage of Julie and Steve's relationship and different dates that they've been on. It kind of makes you wonder, do I have the right movie on? Was this under the horror genre? But there's a reason for it. I mean, it was thought out. I mean, everything that was given was set up for a reason. So, anyway, just slow burn. Know that going in. I think the acting is a bit rough among the younger actors in this movie. Even Meg Tilly, I found to be not up to the level I've been used to with Psycho 2 and some of her other movies. She's pretty young in this movie, though. She can't be more than 20 years old, if that. I think she is about 20, 21 maybe, depending on when they actually shot this movie. But I think her acting suffers, and I don't know the other actors. It might be the same deal. I haven't seen any of the other ones in anything, but they suffer from a bad script, man. Just really bad written dialogue. Damn it. The dialogue's as bad as the frog in my throat right now. Um, So yeah, I didn't think the writing was great, especially that character dialogue. And so I have to give the actors a, I'll give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, but I still thought there was some, at times there was some pretty wonky acting in the movie. And then the final scare of the movie, if you know, you know. But basically, so once the survivors have left and everything seems to be done, they pan over to this. There's a toothbrush laying on the ground, which was a toothbrush that one of the characters held in their mouth. Leslie Speet's character of Kitty. It was like a security blanket for her, I guess. She basically, throughout the movie, she's got this toothbrush hanging out of her mouth, which I'd never seen before. I'd never seen anybody do that in real life or in a movie. So that was weird. But anyway, the toothbrush is laying on the ground next to a dead cadaver. And of course, when it's just about to fade to black, they just had to do it. They just could not help themselves. They had to push over another cadaver and not only push it over to scare you, but have it scream at the same time because, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It was just one of those wanting to leave the audience on, a jump scare, basically a cheap jump scare, in my opinion. That was unnecessary for this movie to do, frankly. So that's something that I had to bring up as a con as well. But overall, guys, um, I enjoyed One Dark Night. Not as much as some other people that are out there in YouTube land reviewing it, who thinks this is like the greatest hidden gem of all movie making history. I don't know about that, but it is a watchable film and an entertaining film, especially the ending, the third act. But and it's got some good practical makeup and gore effects, and a hell of a director for a directorial debut. Of course, it's a low budget movie. I said 800,000. So when I take all those things into account, I'm going to give One Dark Night a 6.5 out of 10. 6.5 out of 10 for One Dark Night from 1983. Go ahead and comment down below your guys' thoughts on this movie. Do you like it a lot? Do you like it some, like I do, or do you not like it? If you've seen it, comment down below. I would recommend checking it out. You can find it for free on YouTube, or if you have Amazon Prime, it is included in the membership there. I think it's also on what's the free TV one? Is it Pluto or Pluto TV or one of the other free services? You're gonna have to check it out yourself. I don't remember. Um, Maybe it's Plex. Plex? I don't even know. Um, Please like this video, hit the little notification bell, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It would really help me out for the future content of my channel going forward. So with all that being said, thank you for watching. I know this was kind of a clunky video between me hacking up a lung and having to reshoot it again and probably going through the review faster than I did the first time. But hey, thus is life. But with all that being said, thank you for watching. Hope you're enjoying. And as always, you know it. Stay scared. Bye.